Here, what we want to do is go ahead and trim our timeline. So as you can see, this timeline basically goes to, I don't know, about 1 minute and 30 seconds roughly. And I'm going just a little bit beyond our last keyframe that we created. And what I want to do is I want to trim my timeline, because when I create this video, I don't want it to go any longer than I want it. So I'm going to pull this little indicator here. As you can see, when I pull that over, it kind of starts to drag everything that's on my timeline back towards where I'm taking it to. And I want to end it at my line here, just beyond, a little bit beyond the last keyframe that we created. So that'll trim everything so that when we create this video piece, this motion graphic that we made, it won't go beyond that particular line. So it'll just trim everything to that point. So that looks good right there. So we're going to go ahead and now render our video and create the piece that we want. If we go over here to our little drop-down menu for the timeline, which is right over here, we're going to go down to where it says render video. So it's just a matter of making sure that we have the correct presets selected here. We want to make sure that you name it correctly. You should have it named as your last name, 3D video. We're going to select the folder to put it to. In my case, I'm just going to select my desktop. You might have a folder on your desktop where you want to save this to. So that's your choice right there, how you want to save this and where you want to save it to. The format, you want to make sure it says QuickTime. That's very important that you select QuickTime there. I'm going to make sure that the preset is going to be animation high quality. Any of these others would work for you. This one is going to work just fine for us at this point. My frame rate, I'm gonna just put 30 frames per second. FPS means frames per second. You can select it from here. Just select 30. And then down to the bottom, the alpha channel, I'm going to say straight unmatted. And then when it comes to the 3D quality, the one at the very bottom is the very best quality that you can get. That'll take a little longer to make. I'm going to select the one in the middle. It'll give me a pretty good quality. And then once I have that, we'll hit render. So my rendering is complete. That took maybe about a minute to do, or a minute and a half or so. And so here's what it'll look like when you look for it on your desktop. This particular one I named last name 3D video, and as you can see, it's a QuickTime movie file. And when it converts, it'll be a movie file just like this.